final game of the regular season, and I just thought I could watch it. I was curious. You know, the Eastern Conference had some trouble this year. You literally had by the way, I mean, I got to even stop myself. There it was. That was the quarterback the Eagles picked for the fourth. I can just run this. Virtually any play involving that Eagles quarterback that they put to replace Hurts is painful to watch. And let me fast forward because it's just like a clown show. And again, I'm not talking that this quarterback might not eventually have a career in the NFL. Tonight was not the night to experiment. And why the NFL allowed this to happen? Shame on the NFL. I'm not going to play them because then there might be copyright issues because I use their voice. But they basically are in shock. They actually, I think, even said, well, oh yeah, well that was Hurts. That was their best chance to win the game. That was Jalen Hurts who did that. Very poor calls. They should have rolled out once or twice with him. You know, send the fake to the running back and go do a rollout. Well, what would the harm be in scoring a touchdown? I mean, it's almost like the Eagles didn't want to score. Like the coach just decided, you know what? And I'll tell you something else. With all the betting that's legalized now, this kind of stuff needs to be investigated. Bringing in a quarterback who's not ready to experiment in the fourth quarter in a game where it matters so much to everybody. I mean, the reason I was watching this game is the Giants were 5-10, and they won. And I just thought it was amazing that a team that was 5-10 could go into the final week of the season with a chance to win the division. And I'm watching it get stolen from me. I just wanted to enjoy that moment that they won. The Giants did their part. They beat the Cowboys, I think. Or the Cowboys, I think, would have been in if they had. No, I think either one needed that's the other thing. Either the Giants or the Cowboys needed the Redskins to lose for them to be the conference champion, depending on which one had won. So for the Eagles to have decided that, well, we're just going to pretend that it's an exhibition game and put in our own QB who can't do anything right. That was, by the way, was Washington throwing an interception. So you think, aha, right? You think, aha, this is our chance. But it's not their chance because the QB fumbles 2 plays later. And there's still 10 minutes left. They refused to go back to Jalen Hurts for the rest of the quarter because they had to see the quality of their third or fourth string quarterback. I'm begging the NFL, please forfeit a high draft pick from the Eagles and give it to the Giants for pulling this BS. Please. And about the only way not to do that is if the Eagles fire their coach. This is such an abomination and an embarrassment. They literally, I mean, you can't ask for a better ending to the season than the final game is actually going to determine a playoff winner who's going to be selected. And then they have the coach of one of the teams, because they're not still in it, they're going to experiment with a third or fourth string quarterback. And it's just been so painfully obvious from virtually every play that he was not ready. It was, the announcers were even saying it. If you want to find this game on YouTube, read the transcript, and look at that. Look at this. This is the quarterback. And they still didn't bring Jalen Hurts back in. I'm a Browns fan, okay? If I'm this irritated about something so selfish, it's because I'm just kind of feeling, what if that had been the Browns hoping the Eagles tried to win? That's all, just try to win. So there's got to be a penalty. If you're going to literally put your third or fourth string quarterback in I can't. I mean, it's like there are just so many bloopers in the course of one quarter. And they just kept going with them over and over. I mean, what an insult to the Giants fans, to the NFL, to NBC and to fans from other teams who just are kind of like, you know what? It's kind of an exciting game. You know, is Washington going to make the playoffs or not? But if they lose, then the Giants are going to make it because the Giants beat the Cowboys. I mean, there was a lot riding on this game. And for them, for the coach of the Eagles to be this demented and this unethical and this narcissistic to just say, screw all of that, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And let me just ask one thing here. Why would you do this anyway? So was the idea you needed to see if this guy sucked so bad that you then are going to use a draft pick to draft a quarterback? Was that what this was? Because if that's what this was, then the NFL, please give that draft pick to the Giants. Just penalize the Eagles, have the Eagles apologize, and give them either the first, second, or third round pick of the Eagles to the Giants, and at least show that you respect your game, rules of sportsmanship, of competition, and of respect to people who watch your game, with the idea that all teams try to win, even if they're not going to the playoffs, because the Eagle, look at this poor guy. He's just watching. I mean, what about him? What about his career? Would you want to come back to the Eagles after this? Would you? Would you want to come back the next, knowing that your chance to shine was taken away so that the coach could decide if his third or fourth stringer deserved to be on the team next year? You decide that next year. Give the guy a chance next year. That's all. To do it in the final quarter of a game where everybody's watching, thinking they might be seeing an upset. This is, oh my God. Come on, NFL. Do the right thing. Find the Eagles. Find them a big chunk of money. And give one of their draft picks to the Giants. And there should be a public apology from the coach of the Eagles, along with his resignation. Anything less, and you got to take a step back and go, why do I watch this stuff? If they're going to pull this crap on people who think they're watching something of value, why bother?